Statistical analyses are performed on data sets. In MATLAB, these data sets are typically represented using vectors. MATLAB has many built-in functions that do statistical analyses. We have the mean function, which calculates the mean or the average of the numbers in the data set. The standard deviation and variance are both ways of determining how spread out the data values are. The standard deviation function in MATLAB is STD, and the variance function is VAR. The mode is the number that appears the most frequently in a data set, or if you have basically a tie, it's the smallest of them. The median is the number in the middle of a sorted data set. So the data set must be sorted first of all. So the median is the number in the middle of a sorted data set if you have an odd number of values in your data set, or if you have an even number of values in your data set, it's the average of the two in the middle. Question number 1. What would be the mode of a data set that has all unique values? An outlier is a number that is much, much larger or smaller than the rest of the data set. And typically, outliers are the result of some kind of error, usually in the data collection. For example, if you have some kind of experiment and values are being written automatically to a data file, sometimes something goes wrong and the numbers in your data file are just completely off. And typically our data files are so large that we can't look at them. We can't just inspect and see whether we have some kind of outlier or not. But outliers can completely throw off your statistical analyses. So sometimes what we do is we just get rid of the largest value and the smallest value, and we assume that those were outliers. But depending on the size of your data set, the reliability of the collection of the data, and so forth, just the largest and smallest values probably won't be enough. So what we do is we discard the largest and the smallest n% of the data values. For example, 1% of the data values or 2% of the data values. Question number 2. Give an example of an outlier.